Hello and welcome to Aspire's Design. In today's video, I'll teach you how to create this seamless line art using Adobe Illustrator. First of all, I need to create an artwork. So I'll go to Illustrator and create an artwork. And then as a first step, I need to create the guide in order to construct my line art. So first I'm going to create a circle that is 600 pixel by 600 pixel. I place it like this, and I'll make sure I turn on my smart guides as well as snap to point. So I'm going to click and drag to create a duplicate and another duplicate just like this. And then I need to get another two circles right beside the center circle. So I'll go to rotate tool and double click it so I can get a copy. Now I need a circle right in between these three. So first I'm going to click and drag and then click and drag here in order to create the circle. Then I'm going to reflect tool, and from the center with alt click you can get a duplicate to the other side. And make sure it's aligned with the center always. And then I select these two and make another duplicate using reflect tool. Make sure you find the center so you can get a perfect duplicate to the bottom. And click OK. Make sure it's aligned because it's important, because it's a seamless pattern, it's interlaced. Then I select all and make guides so I can have this one. So next one is that I will create a circle that is 600 pixels by 600 pixels, because now we are going to create the element that we need in order to execute the rest of it. So first I create this one and I increase the width, stroke size to 6, as well as I put it in the center so it will align with everything together. So then I'm going to create a smaller circle in the center that is 100 pixels by 100 pixels. I select both and align to the center. And then I go to blend and go to blend option first and make a specified steps 4 so I can get 6 circles. So then I perform the blend so I can get a perfect result just like this. So if you go to the overview view, still we don't get physically these lines. So in order to get that, we need to expand the blend so we can get the perfect lines that we need in order to proceed with designing the other. So now you go to the outline preview. Now you can see we have executed the lines. Right, so now I'm gonna take a duplicate and place it right perfectly on my grid. So then these are the two elements that we are going to paste upon. So I go to my direct selection tool and select this part of the circle and delete it. And this circle I select half of it. So now I get a result just like this. So I'm gonna click and drag and put the half circle here, and I'm gonna duplicate this one to the other side, right, just like this. And then I select both and make a duplicate to the bottom by using reflect tool. I will click and drag and place this one to connect with the above object. So I will reflect first this one to the other side, so the side is complete. Now I click and drag and place it here. So this is pretty much the one. I hide the guidelines now. Now I'm going to do something. I'm going to lock this element because I don't want to connect with the lines that I'm drawing. I'll tell you why I'm doing this. Then I start connecting these lines manually using pen tool. now I'm going to select the lines that I just draw and deselect the one that we don't need and make it a group. So now we can reflect this to the other side without having to draw it. We can manually draw it, but we don't have to because it's a symmetrical element. So that's why I lock the above object so it's not connected. So now I need to connect these two using path join. You can use the shortcut Command J or Control J. So I gonna perform that quickly using the shortcut. So you will start to get something like this. Oops. Make sure you connect all these things. So now you can see our shape is forming. So you can select the small lines that we draw earlier. Use this one and put it here, because we need to connect it to the bottom circle. So now since we get that one here, we'll go to reflect tool and place it in the other side as a copy. Make sure it's aligned. You can always zoom in and see the details if it is aligned properly. So now we can select this one and make a duplicate to here. Place it like this, but it needs to be reflect, not just like this. So now I fill that area as well. So now we can replicate this to the other side. I go to the reflect tool and pick the center or click, so I can get perfect copy to the other side. Now we almost complete the section. So we need one to the bottom now. So I select this one with two lines. Oh, now we cannot select because we locked it. So make sure you unlock everything. So now you can select these two and then reflect towards the bottom, just like this. So now we complete the basic shape, but still we need some perfecting to do. So I'm gonna draw this one manually, center elements, to complete our design. You can use just like this to the edges because it doesn't have a connection. So now we have a connection. Yes, and finally here. So now basically we create the artwork that we need. And I put some circle to give it a more dynamic feel. So now you can clearly see that it's adding some dynamic by using these circles. So I'm gonna make a copy and paste in front of it and rotate it to fill the other two. And then I'll create another circle here and duplicate it to the other side, and I select both of them and reflect back to the downside. Right. And now I can complete the basic symbol or the hardest part of this design just like this. I'm happy with the result. I increase the line width a little bit in order to give more dynamic feel to it. So I'm happy with the result. Now I want to create the pattern out of this one. So to create a seamless pattern, you don't need to do it manually. You can use swatches panel. I'm going to Windows and swatches. My swatches is already activated. I click and drag so you can see it. So I select the pattern that we create and drag and drop into the swatches panel. Now we have new swatches that contain our pattern. So to edit the pattern, I double click on it and then we can see the pattern option. I select here hex by column, and then I put parameters 1800 by 1500, so I can get result like this based upon the sites that I selected. So you can always tweak it and just make sure that it is according to your artwork. And then we have a pattern in our swatches. We can rename it the way that we want. Now you can create any shape that you want, anything that you want to apply this pattern for. So if you see, there's a no fill color. When you click on the pattern, you can see this nice beautiful pattern seamlessly applied to your object. So this is how you can create this seamless pattern using Adobe Illustrator. That's it for the today's tutorial. I hope you learned something. Thank you for watching this. I'll see you in the next one.